Awesome. So now I can share this whole link with you afterwards. So anyone who missed it, they can get
Oh,
access to the whole training. And I'll share the link with you after.
perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
Right. So avoid links or attachments. So you can hover over the link to see if it's fraud or not, or if it's going to take you to a genuine website that's trustworthy or not. Request for personal or financial information. Legitimate companies will never ask you to confirm sensitive information like SIN number, bank accounts, passwords by emails or text. Too good to be true offers. So scams often promise money, gift cards, job offers, or prizes in exchange for your personal information. The only place that asks for your SIN number is if you're getting a job. But right now, there's so many employment job scams right now because scammers know that Canadians are looking for jobs and some Canadians are desperate. So what they'll do is give you a fake job offer, do a fake interview, and you think you got a job. Then they'll ask for your SIN number and personal information. At that point, they steal your personal information. Then with that, they can go do fraud. And I'll tell you this, I worked in the cell phone world for over 10 years. And on the black market with hackers and scammers, your personal information is worth over $10,000 Canadian. So if someone has access to your social insurance number, your credit card, sorry, your driver's license number, or a picture of your driver's license and a picture of yourself, they can make a fake ID of you and go scam you. So they will run loans without you knowing. They'll go do credit checks with cell phones
Oh,
without you knowing, and they'll go apply for cars without you knowing.
oh
That's
boy.
why you need to safeguard your personal information and don't share it with people that you don't trust. Fake login pages. Some phishing emails link to fake websites that look real. Double check the web address before entering login information. So this looks like a BMO login, but look at the top of the URL bar. It says govcanadacovid19.com,
Mm,
and it says not
but
secure.
Gov Canada.
It
But,
looks like a real online banking login. They look really real now. But where this was taken from a Facebook, where it was a Facebook ad when you're scrolling on Facebook and says, as a senior citizen, did you get your senior benefit for COVID-19? Check here. And then you click the link, it takes you to this page. And it looks like a real online banking login. So that's why you have to be so careful and don't log in. So where do you log in safe? Get the application that you bank with on your phone, on your tablet, or if you have a computer, make sure you're on the legitimate website. So if it's CIBC, you're at cibc.com. But if you're using a cell phone or a tablet, get the CIBC app and only log in through the CIBC app. That way, you know you're actually logging in with CIBC and not giving your login information to scammers and hackers. I'm going to get to the comment in a moment, and because I need to say this. If your credit card is scammed and a scammer steals money off your credit card, in Canada, the insurance will cover you and you won't be liable for the charges as long as you didn't leak your PIN number anywhere. But if a hacker and scammer gets access to your login on your online banking and your money's taken, banks oftentimes can't give you your money back and you're out of all the money that was stolen out of your account. That's why you have to be so careful these days. Okay, I'm going to read the comment here. Thank you, Emma. I did receive that kind of call from my CIBC bank in November 2023 asking for personal info saying they updating my account. I went online and chatted with the virtual assistant. She told me it's a scam and to drop the call. She also told me to go to the bank and I was giving a new bank card. Thank you for sharing that, Emma. I'm sorry that happened to you. But in this world of cybersecurity, it's not a matter of if it happens to you, but it's a matter of when it happens to you. So that's why you have to be equipped with these tools and the knowledge. So when a scammer comes knocking on your front door, you know what to do. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so we're going to move on here. So, romance scams. If you're looking for love online, be careful. Fraud is the new language of love. In 2021, romance fraud accounted for 547 million in losses. So, one in seven dating profiles may be fake. Romance scams are the second highest internet crime in 2020, not always reported because of shame. Average individual loss is 4,400 in 2022, and 33% of losses occurred via social media. So in this world, I'll tell you this. I met my current wife. I got remarried because my first wife died of cancer in 2019. And I got remarried 3 years ago to a beautiful person. And I met her on an online dating profile. So I met her on Hinge. And on Hinge, it said Christian. And I met her. And now we're happily married and have a beautiful daughter. So, a lot of older people as well, right? You might be lonely. You can meet good people online, but you have to be careful because there's so many fake profiles. So, what I always recommend if you're wanting to meet people online and find a wife or a husband, use a paid dating program because there's less hackers and scammers on the paid dating programs. So, what I might recommend is Christian Mingle. If you pay for Christian Mingle, you might have less scammers on Christian Mingle because you have to pay to use the service. Sugar baby scam. This is happening a lot. I have to share it with every senior workshop. It might be a younger person messaging you saying that they're interested in you. But also, if you're a younger person, it could be an older person messaging you saying that they have money and offering lifestyle or allowance. So be very careful with that. It's called a sugar baby scam. Some things are too good to be true. So if you have someone who's way older than you messaging you saying that they're going to give you money to go on dates, be careful. It could be a scammer. And if you're an older person and you have a younger person messaging you, offering flattery and gifts and money, it can be a scam. Be careful. So it could look like this in some of the messages. Too cute, sugar daddy. Do you want to be spoiled and pampered, or do you like older men? Right? It's happening a lot because I'm not going to judge, but a lot of older people can be lonely sometimes and they want to try to find love online. And especially, even if you're not trying to find love online, if you have someone message you on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, anywhere, you might feel like, uh, maybe it's an answer to prayer, or maybe someone in real life's messaging you, but they're not. There's a lot of scams out there. Hold on. We're just gonna do this. Perfect. Okay. Catfish. So what a catfish is someone pretending to be someone else. So don't fall for it. So when someone uses a fake online persona to engage in a deceptive relationship, often to exploit the victim for money or personal information. Remember, a lot of pictures can be fake online, and it's hard to tell if it's real or fake. So, so honestly, the best time sometimes is meet if you're single and you're praying to meet your spouse. Church is sometimes the best place to meet people in person. Be careful online. This is what it could look like. For example, it could be a fake dating profile. And remember, you might think you're talking to a real person, but it's really a fake person online. Be very careful. Job and investment scams. This is a huge one. Watch out for job ads and investment opportunities that look real but are actually fake. They target those who want financial stability and they exploit career aspirations. So, what it could be for here is a lot of these job scams are happening and they'll send you a text message right to your phone. And they'll even have your name. It'll say, "Hi, I'm Tessa. There's a digital role that seems right up your alley. Shall we talk about it?" Be very careful with unsolicited emails and text messages that come to your phone and for jobs that you didn't apply for. Next is a job investment scam on Facebook saying, I made $120,000 through Bitcoin trading. How do you spend your income or your earnings? Most people spend their income on liabilities and luxuries that only lose value. Smart people invest their income. So this is a fake cryptocurrency scam. There is truth in cryptocurrency, but it's volatile, meaning it can go up or down with the market. And if the market crashes, you might temporarily lose money. It's just like investing in any kind of stocks. But a safe place to invest if you want to, Wealth Simple is a safe place that's low fee to invest if you want to invest money in crypto or investments. Do not trust investments that are just right off of Facebook. That most of them are fake. They will steal your money. Okay, what to look out for in the job? The job one. Unrealistic salaries. So too good to be true salaries. Next is urgent hiring. Pressure to accept the job quick. Request for personal information. Asking for your SIN number early in the hiring process. Fees required. Remember, legitimate jobs do not require upfront payments for training or materials. Tips to stay safe. Research the company if you're not confident in if it's true or not, you can search up the company on Google. Next is verify job listings. Be aware of upfront payments. Avoid unsolicited job offers. Be wary of guaranteed returns on investments in cryptocurrencies. Avoid high pressure tactics. If anyone's ever trying to pressure you to do something, oftentimes they don't have your best interests in mind. So be very careful with that. And the last here is consult with a financial advisor. If you have true questions about money, talk to an expert at your bank. They can help you out. Who wouldn't love a free trip? Right? Scammers lure you with a promise of winnings, but first they ask for your personal information or payment to claim a prize. Right? Lottery and prize scams, there's a lot of them out there. And sometimes just clicking a link is all it takes to scam you and take things from your phone. Although it's less likely, but it still can happen. That's why on this first example here, check out what you won. They want you to click that link. Do not click that link. What you need to do is in the settings on your phone, under the message, you can block and report it and just delete it. You don't want to be clicking on links like that. All right, next. Be cautious of messages claiming you won a prize in a contest you didn't enter. If these contests ask you for money or personal information to claim your prize, it's likely a scam. Legitimate contests don't ask for money. Verify the source, never pay to claim a prize, protect personal information, check for licensing, be aware of unsolicited communications, research the lottery or company, and be skeptical of high pressure tactics. Next is online shopping scams. A lot of people will buy off of links that they see on Facebook and they don't actually receive what they've paid for in the mail. One example with Temu is last year I saw on the news a gentleman paid $90 for a DeWalt power drill on Temu. What he ended up receiving was a picture of a power drill, not a real power drill, just a picture. And what he did is he sent them an email and a message and a call. They were gone. He got in touch with no one. So now he has an expensive picture of a power drill, not a real power drill. So be very careful with what you're buying online. Another one here for Louis Vuitton bags for 70% off. It might look like a real website, but it's not. Be very careful with websites that you're on because scammers and hackers can make a fake website in 2 hours. So only trust certified retailers. One that I trust is Amazon. Amazon.ca and Amazon Prime. If you're buying things on Amazon, they will protect you. And if you buy something that doesn't get delivered to your house, they will compensate you. So it is a trustworthy platform. Be aware also of health and wellness scams. A lot of them are on Facebook, promising you miraculous results, but it's a scam. There's no such thing as miraculous results from a pill to solve diabetes from just a pill that you bought online. You have to be very skeptical with what they're promising you online because there's fake referrals and reviews are fake now. So you have to be so careful. Consult with a health expert at the doctor if you have any questions about health. Free trial traps. So sometimes online retailers will try to trap you in a free trial, hoping you forget, and they make it very difficult to cancel the subscription once you're subscribed. So you'll see $12, $15, $20 coming out of your bank every month, and they're hard to cancel. So be very careful with the free trial traps. All right, so consider the source behind the information. Avoid impulse purchasing a product. That means when you buy a product quick, maybe sometimes it's smart to sleep on it. Make the decision tomorrow. Next is review testimonials with a grain of salt. Remember, they're all faked now. Testimonials are fake because companies pay for testimonials. Get a second or third opinion. Next, research the company outside its platform and consult a health professional. Remember, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So, I'm going to talk about cyberbullying really quick because there's a lot of hurt online, even like mean things and targeted things, even against Christianity, and it might hurt. But what I need to say about this is remember, most things online are bots now. There's so many bots online now that aren't real people trying to stir up trouble, trying to make people hurt. That's why you have to be very careful. Cyberbullying's happening and it hurts. You're not alone. So if you see mean things online, you might have to talk to an expert, like a therapist. Maybe your pastor can recommend someone that can help you if you're going through a hard time. And you're not alone. I'll talk about a couple. The most important form of cyberbullying that I want to talk about is cyber stalking. If someone's stalking you online, it can be a criminal violation. Person can get in trouble with the law. So you might want to report some of these things to the police. So you can report this to the Toronto Police, any of these forms of cyberbullying, because it is criminal. You have to be very careful. I'm going to go here. Yeah, cyberbullying can lead to legal action, including fines or criminal charges, especially if threats or hate speech are involved. So be very careful online. So we're going to talk about viruses or malware attacks. Has it ever happened to anyone in this call? Have they ever had a virus before? That's okay. I'm going to move on here. So, malware is short for malicious software. It is a software designed to harm, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to computers, networks, or devices, or a computer system. So, some common examples are viruses, worms, Trojans, ransomware, spyware, and adware. And what are they? Viruses are small programs that spread by copying themselves. And you can get that from clicking a link that you shouldn't be clicking on. Worms are like viruses but travel across the internet. So once they're on your computer, they'll try to travel from computer to computer to computer. And again, don't click on links you shouldn't be clicking on, and don't be going to websites that you shouldn't be going to. Trojans look like real apps but are actually harmful. So if you're downloading an app, make sure you download your app from an authorized app store. So if you have an Apple device, it's on your Apple. Uh, it's called Apple Store or App Store. If you're on a Google, it's going to be from your Google Play Store if you have a Google or Android device. Next is ransomware. So it's going to lock your files and ask for money to unlock them. Spyware watches what you do on your computer without your knowledge. And that's why I always recommend having a webcam cover. If you have a computer, make sure you have a piece of tape over your webcam so people can't watch you. And next, adware. So it shows spam ads on your computer. And it can be very annoying. So you got to be really careful with that. Tips to stay safe. Install and update antivirus software to catch malware. Use firewalls to protect computers and networks from unauthorized access, cyber threats, and harmful traffic. Keep your computer and apps updated to fix security holes. So when your phone or laptop asks you to do an update, take the time to do the update. Because sometimes the updates will slow down your phone a little bit, but that sucks, I know. But the updates have security patches to patch security vulnerabilities in your phone, laptop, or computer. So whenever you're asked to do a security update, always do it. Next is don't click on strange links or download unknown files. Next is save copies of important files so you don't lose them. And then six, limit the information you share. And then seven, ask an expert if you aren't sure. So what we're going to do here, right at 7 o'clock in 3 minutes, we're going to do a 5 minute break. And then we're going to reconvene um, right at, oh, you guys are 2 hours different. So for you guys right now, it would
Mm.
be
Eight
eight,
o'clock.
sorry?
It would be 7:57 right now.
Okay. So we're going to come back at 8:05. Is that fine
Okay.
with everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go right until 8, and then we're going to come back at 8:05 and continue.
Okay.
Perfect. So I want to touch on this right now, and we're going to go into the importance after the break. Are your passwords strong? And do you have two-factor authentication turned on? The most important thing for cyber safety and the most important thing in this whole workshop I need everyone to remember is having a safe password and making sure that every app that you have and every login that you have that is important to you has a different password. If all your passwords are the same across your platform, if a hacker and scammer gets access to one of your accounts, now they have access to all your accounts. And that's a problem. And they'll do it quick. They have teams. So if they see that one login works, they'll use that email and that same password for banking. Boom, 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 boom. They'll hack all of your stuff. So starting today, make sure all your passwords are different and unique. Secondly, oh yeah, what is a weak password? It's easily guessed. It could be something like your name, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Make sure you have, oh, we have a hand raised. What's your question, Abdul?
Uh, Darren, for the you mentioned that you need to have different password, just a recommendation for different app or different institution. How do
Yep.
you how do you track that, or how you be able to do that? Because sometimes it's quite difficult to have um, a different multiple password if you want to recall it. So sometimes you're getting older now, so how to remember all the different password for a different app? Is there a certain app or way to
Yes.
approach it?
Fantastic question. Thank you for asking that question. It's very difficult keeping track of all your passwords. I get it. What I do is I actually have a safe in my house, and I know I have access in my house where I don't have people coming through that I don't know or trust. So I actually have all my important passwords written in a password book with the date written beside it when I change that password. And I have that safe, I have that locked in a personal safe in my bedroom. If you don't have a safe, keep it somewhere safe where people don't have access to, where you keep your important documents. That's what I recommend. But
I
some
see.
people, oh, sorry.
No, so is that the manually writing it on a notebook?
That's what I do.
I
But not,
see.
yeah, not everyone feels safe doing that. So depending on your living situation, you might not feel safe because if your home gets broken into, or if you have people in your home that you don't trust, they could steal that and they can get access to your account. So I have mine saved in a safe. But the second way to do it is a password manager app on your phone that's free. And I'm gonna show us this right after the break. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on a break for 5 minutes. I'll see us back on here at 8:05 sharp.
Thank you, Darian.
See you all at 8:05. Okay. I'm gonna turn it off for now on live and turn it back on again at 8:05.
So,
Okay.
Sister Tracy,
So
do we need to log in back again?
I
you
would
can just
say
stay.
I
Oh,
just I
okay.
the easiest way to do it, I just muted myself.
We'll, we'll just stay
Everyone,
on.
yeah, don't close the Zoom because then you'll have to get back in. Just leave it. That's the best
Stay
way to do
on.
it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
stay on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone, yeah, just mute yourself. We'll see you back in 4 minutes.
Okay. See
Okay,
you, Darian.
Yeah,
awesome.
Sister Daisy, maybe just play a gospel song while everyone hearing it.
Okay. Okay. And I think some people still can't get in. I don't know why. I don't know why they can't get on. So, Brother Bobby and gospel song. Okay. Um,
Awesome.
Right,
Okay,
back.
I'm back. All right. So, uh, do we have any more people join with the link?
Yeah, actually, they're not able to join the link, Darian. So I'm actually doing a live Facebook just using my phone and
Okay.
and,
Is that
and post.
working?
It's working because I'm just using my phone and going on live and posting it
Beautiful.
on our church family group.
Oh, that's even better. That's amazing. Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic. And also remember, I'm recording this so everyone will have access after the call as well.
thank you.
Great. All right. So everyone sees this screen about weak password, correct? You-
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So I'm gonna show us. So everyone on their phone has a password manager app that is comes pre-downloaded on your phone from factory. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're using an Apple device, you have an app on your phone called Passwords. That app is an encrypted safe place to save your passwords. So the way to find it is to, when you're on the home page, you swipe down and then it shows you the search bar. You type in passwords, then that's the app that you're going to use to put your passwords in and save them. If you don't have an Apple product, if you have a Google or Android, Google Passwords is the same one that you would use and it's free. If it's not pre-installed on your phone, what you're going to want to do is go to the Google Play Store and type in Google Passwords. If you download that app, it's a safe, free, and also encrypted app to keep your passwords safe. I hope that answers your question, Abdul, and you can keep them safe in that password manager app. All right, next. Weak passwords can be easily guessed or cracked by hackers, giving them access to your personal work accounts. Identity theft. Once inside your accounts, hackers can steal personal information like your name, address, SIN, banking details to commit fraud. Even some apps that you might have that you think are fine, they might have a credit card attached to that app that you use for payment, and they can steal that credit card info. That's why passwords are so important. And secondly, how do you make a good password? Right, let me see if I have an example here. Okay, we're gonna get into that in a second. So, hackers can steal your online banking, credit cards, shopping accounts, potentially stealing money or making unauthorized purchases. Data loss or damage. Important files, photos, or documents can be stolen, deleted, or held for ransom. They might, if they get access to your computer, they see you have photos of your family, and they might steal them and ask for money to give the photos back. That's ransom. Reputation damage. If your social media or emails is hacked, false messages could be sent from your account, harming your personal or professional reputation. Next, security breach. Reusing the same password across multiple accounts means if one gets hacked, others can be compromised too. Like I said. What is a good password? At least 12 characters long. A mix of uppercase and lowercase letters. Includes numbers and special characters. Avoids personal information like names or birthdays. And unique for each account. So turn a sentence you can easily remember into a strong password. Example, my dog loves dog treats in 2025. It could be my D0G loves at 2025. Like that isn't the best, but it's better than what a lot of people have because there's letters and numbers and uppercase and lowercase in it. So popular social media accounts, they change all the time. When I was in high school, all we had was Facebook. Now we have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, X. And the things stay the same. Privacy. You have to protect your privacy on these platforms. It could be as just as easy as a photo of you online that someone can steal and make a deep fake video of you. We're going to do this later in the training and everyone's going to love it. It's super exciting. We're going to get to this in about 5 minutes. All right, we're gonna just skip through some of this stuff for the sake of time because I want to show us the newest AI training, which is scam stuff. Because most of us already have social medias downloaded. So, what is digital footprint? Digital footprint is this. Imagine you're walking through wet concrete, and when that wet concrete dries, the footprints in the concrete are there forever. That's the same thing as your digital footprint. So every photo that you post online or send someone online, every post that you like online is online forever. And it's very hard to delete every time you do it. So I'll give us an example, right? 4 years ago, Justin Trudeau got in trouble because an old photo came up online again of him doing blackface on,
Mhm.
uh, you know,
Yes.
online.
Yeah.
And what you need to remember is Justin Trudeau has access to the top cyber firms in Canada, and he's rich himself. And even the top cyber firms couldn't scrub everything that he put online in the past. So even for us as normal people, right, that don't have access to the most expensive cyber firms, all of our past stuff that we've done online is there forever. So going forward, be very cautious and careful of what you post online. Review privacy settings regularly. So make sure all your social media accounts is on private. You might have to go to settings to make sure it's on private and not public, meaning other people can't view your profile. Be cautious with personal information. Think before you post. Use strong and unique passwords. Be cautious of unknown contacts trying to contact you. Enable two-factor authentication. So, what is two-factor authentication? People ask me. It it is your second line of defense to your password. So what happens is when you sign into your online bank, you're going to put in your password, and then your online bank asks you for a text message code that it's going to text to your phone or it's going to send you an email code to your email. That is an example of two-factor authentication. It means it's a second layer of authenticating yourself. I would recommend having your multi-factor or two-factor authentication turned on in every app that's important to you. So for like Facebook, when you're going to sign into your Facebook account from another device, it's going to ask you your password. Once you get in, it's going to ask you for a text message code or an email to get into that Facebook. The benefit for you is if your password's leaked from a company or a hacker gets access to your password, they still can't get access to your account unless they have access to your phone or your email. So that's a better way of protecting yourself. Lastly, monitor your accounts. If you get an email saying someone's logged into your Facebook, you might want to check it very quick and make sure that you don't lose access to everything. And maybe go in and change your password quick. Usually, if your account's been compromised, for example, if your Facebook's compromised by a hacker, Facebook will send you an email saying someone has just got access to your account. Click on that email and they'll say if that wasn't you, click here right now. You click that link and it's going to help you secure your account. But you have to do it quick. We're just going to talk about this really fast. All the kids are on these are on these gaming platforms. So the kids these days are on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Steam, website games, and Discord. You have to be very careful on there because there's a lot of predators targeting them and pretending to be someone else on these platforms. And again, if you're a senior or older, they're safe to use. Just make sure that you don't have personal information on the app or on the gaming platform or even on the games you play. And be careful of who's trying to contact you on these games because you can't trust who's trying to, you don't know who they really are. And I say this to the kids in the schools. You think you're talking to a young kid who's 6 years old, who's your age? But really, it could be a creepy old guy from Alabama who's 80 years old. You don't know who you're talking to. They do voice changers now. I'll talk about that in a little bit in our next training. The privacy risks. That's basically all we have to do with games. Now we're going to transition to the next part of the workshop here, and this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to share this part now. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to see this. All right. So now we're going to share the Learning Hub. Okay. May I ask if everyone can see the new change on their screen? Noel, can you guys see the new
Yes,
website?
it
Perfect.
says the Care Learning Hub.
Amazing. Okay. So this is the last part of the training. I have extra time because I know we started a little late. May I
Okay.
ask what time you want me to go till?
Han, what time?
8:45.
8:45 to 9. Is that
Yep.
okay?
Yeah. So we can go, I can show this training till 8:45 and then
Okay.
we have time for questions and answers after. That would be great.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Okay, because this is going to be some really cool stuff. So AI is changing. So AI is so important with cyber safety, right? Cyber safety is changing, and I want us to stay safe because AI stands for artificial intelligence, and a lot of people are scared with it. Rightfully so. Things are changing so fast, right? It's hard to keep up with the changes. And that's why I built this platform to show us some of these changes. So I'll show us here. How do we see AI into society? Some of us might see Terminator from an old movie. And what this is an AI robot that takes over the world through Skynet. And some people are scared of that happening. But the top scientists and the top people who are taking care of AI have stops in place making sure that doesn't happen, right? Another way that we might see AI is this. And what I ask here is which one was real? The one on the left or the one on the right? And the right answer is both aren't real. The, the one
What?
on the left
So
was taken about 2 years ago with AI video generated. The one on the right was made last year with AI generated video.
better.
Now, this year, there's a better one that looks almost perfect that you can't tell the difference between real and fake. I'll show it one more time. The one on the right is fake AI generated video. Oh, yeah, we'll restart here.
It's real.
And how is this an issue for us as Canadians? It's an issue because now we can't tell the difference between real video, fake video. And we can't tell the difference between real photos and fake photos. And that is in all the apps that we use, like Facebook. We can't tell the difference between real Facebook photos and fake ones. We can't tell the difference between real news and fake news sometimes on Facebook because AI is doing such a good job that you can't tell the difference. So where we're going to be in the future is in order to trust if something was actually said from a leader, you're going to have to go to their actual page and see if they posted that photo or video. That's the only way
Mhm.
to tell. So for example, if you have a public leader like your pastor of your church, and you see a video of them saying something they didn't actually say on a feed. You can't trust it unless it's from their actual church profile that posted it or their own personal profile that posted it. Because there's going to be a lot of bad people that want to make people look bad. and they'll just do AI generated video making public figures and leaders saying things they didn't say. And that's a problem for the future, but I'm sharing it with us today to be careful with that. What is AI really? I'm not going to spend too much time into like, we'll go into this, but I want to stick with how to keep safe. That's what I'm trying to stay within. But AI is basically a pattern matching software that learns from data to predict and create. It doesn't feel, think, or understand like humans do. It's not a human. So it's just going to use data that's already online, meaning it can be fake some or it can make mistakes. So if you think AI is going to say something right every time, it's not always right. It makes mistakes often. Ways that it can be used for good, right? It can be used for climate research to analyze weather patterns and improve extreme weather warnings, helping predict communities across the country. Healthcare innovation. Canadian hospitals use AI to help radiologists detect lung cancer earlier. Pilot program showing 20% improvement in early detection rates. That's a good thing that AI can bring. Oh, hello. I'm going to try to speak a little louder. What you can do is turn up the volume on your laptop, computer, or phone. Okay, next here. It can be used, the government can use it to help process EI claims quicker. That's a benefit to us. Instead of waiting for EI longer, they can use AI to make it quicker and smoother for us as Canadians. If we're going to scroll down here, I'm going to go to looking out. So this is just an example of in 1 second, someone can slap a wig and make someone look different from who they really are. So AI can generate 1,000 fake faces per second on a standard computer. Deepfake
Wow.
videos increased by 900% in 2023 compared to 2022. Was there a question, sorry?
No.
No? Okay. It just takes 3 seconds of audio to clone someone's voice with AI. I'm going to show us that in a moment. All right. So this shows on how just software in real time, someone can speak and make themselves look differently. You might not hear the audio, but I want you to see the face, and at the end, you're going to see the mask that it's someone else speaking.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
Could I have a question? Could anyone hear that?
Yes, Darian.
Okay.
Yeah, we could hear Morgan Freeman.
Perfect. I'm happy to hear that. Perfect. All right, we're gonna move on down. So, how the scammers make deepfake videos of you. And remember, I talked about digital footprint. Why you might not want to have your personal account as public, and you might want to have your account as private. And even if you have a little profile pic that big, they can still make a deepfake video of you. So we're going to show you in real time on how the scammers do it with this video. So all the
Mm.
scammers have to do is go to your profile. It could be on Instagram or Facebook, it doesn't matter. So they're pulling up my profile because I have a public profile. They're going to pull up this profile. They're going to take a screenshot of the photo they want to scam. Now all they do is they just have to crop that photo And do keep in mind, this is all done on a smartphone. Anyone can do this all over the world. Now they take this photo into an image video generator app and they type in a prompt. A prompt means you can make it say whatever you want, anything in the world.
Don't scroll. I need you to send me $1,000 because my car broke down. I promise I will pay you back.
It's pretty crazy, hey?
Wow.
Off of off of one photo, they can make a realistic fake video of you. And imagine the reputation damage if someone did that to you. But also keep in mind, the scammers can make a fake video of your pastor or a public leader or even a philanthropist or someone who gives to organizations that you work within, asking for money, asking for gift cards, asking for almost anything. That's why you have to be really careful. And you always have to validate. So let's say, what if in 5 years your pastor's asking or does a call to action asking for money for a mission trip and something seems off? You might want to actually call your pastor or call someone to actually talk to them in real life or over the phone to see if it's a scam or not, because it's going to get worse and worse out there. Okay, we're gonna go down. We already talked about spoofing numbers, but we're gonna show you this. It's the power of AI. So every single time we reload this web browser, it's gonna show a different face that's AI generated. To me, that looks like a real person, but it was actually AI generated. The stats today are 70% of people can't tell the difference between an AI generated photo and a real photo. Now we're gonna go to AI writing samples. So remember, AI can sound smart, doesn't mean that it's accurate or factual. It says the multifaceted implications of technological advancement necessitate comprehensive evaluation of societal paradigms. It sounds really smart. It doesn't mean that it's always factually accurate.
Mhm.
The next thing that we see is voice clone. So we created this voice clone off of a 3-second phone call. All I said was, they called me and I said, "Hello, this is Darian speaking. How can I help you? Hello?" That's all I said. And they created this realistic voice clone of me. We're going to play it right here.
Hi, this is Darian from Teqare. Our car broke down on the way to your First Nation for the presentation. Could you please send $1,000 to my bank account to cover the cost of repairs? I promise I'll pay you back.
Wow.
Wow.
And that was just off of 3 seconds of me saying, "Hello, hello, Darian speaking." If they spent a longer time of me speaking longer, it would have been even more accurate. Okay. So now this is my favorite part of the whole presentation, and everybody gets so excited when they see this. And what we're going to do is we're going to create our own scam today because we're going to show you how easy it is for hackers and scammers to do it to you. And this is how they do it. Okay. So I need a volunteer. Maybe we'll do the host as a volunteer. Remember, none of this info is saved, but also feel free to give me fake information for the demonstration because I want to show people how the fake scam message is made. Okay? So this is going to be a lot of fun here. I hope it's on Facebook Live because this is a good time. So
Yes, it's on live.
awesome. So, for the sake of the example, like I said, you feel free to use your real name, but you don't have to. You can make a fake name for me. So, what are we going to use for the example for a first name?
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Okay. And then last name for Cheryl?
James. Cheryl
James.
James. Yeah.
Okay. And how old is Cheryl James?
35.
35. Okay. And then what city or region?
Quebec.
I hope I spelled Quebec right. All right. I think that's right.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And then what's the job field for Cheryl?
Oh, okay.
What do they do for work?
She's an accountant.
So remember, all this information that we're putting in, anyone can see from most people's Facebook profiles.
Yes.
So if I go to my auntie's Facebook, I can see her name, her age because her birthday's on Facebook, where she lives, and what she does as a job, and her interests and hobbies. That's an interesting one. How does a hacker and scammer find out your interests and hobbies? They see the pages that you like, the pages that you follow on Facebook, and then they see the posts that you make, right? So if they said, "Hey, I just went to a Toronto Maple Leafs hockey game," right? And they see that in your feed, they're gonna know that you probably like hockey, right?
Mm.
So for Cheryl James, what are three hobbies that she likes to do?
She likes to go camping.
Yeah.
She likes to play volleyball,
Okay, and what else?
and she likes to go mountain climbing. Is that
Let's do climbing. That
realistic?
sounds great. Yeah. So now I need your help. What kind of scam do we want to see created for Cheryl?
All right. Um, Anybody have any idea, Brother Abdul?
What do we want to see? Investment money, romance dating, tech support, lottery prize, or emergency urgency scam?
How about romance?
We'll do a romance. Okay.
Yeah.
So remember, all a hacker has to do is get like 4 or 5 pieces of information from you that they can get online. Then they send you a message just like the one we're about to make. They'll send it to your email, Instagram, Facebook, DM, anywhere, or even text message.
Mm-hmm.
And this is made in 30 seconds. So it says,
Wow, look at that.
"Hi, Cheryl. I hope this message finds you well. I came across your profile and I was fascinated. I've always admired accountants because it shows attention to detail, which I believe is essential in life. I've been planning a camping trip in the beautiful wilderness of Quebec, and I thought it'd be incredible to share that experience with someone who loves camping and climbing as much as I do. I've also played volleyball casually and would love to join you for a game sometime. I believe we have a lot in common and I'd love to get to know you more. I spend a lot of my time traveling for work, which allows me to meet wonderful people like you. Let's connect over email or WhatsApp. Maybe we could plan that camping adventure I mentioned. Looking forward to hearing from you, Mark." Wow. Oh
Wow.
no. That's
Wow.
pretty crazy, hey? How this just did
Yes.
it.
My
And
goodness.
what they'll do is they'll make Mark look very handsome in a profile pic, and they might see what Cheryl looks like, and they'll do a picture that looks like someone that Cheryl's type, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hoping that she falls for it. So, what do we look out for? Unexpected contact from a stranger,
Mm-hmm.
overly personal specific knowledge about Cheryl, excessive flattery and interest, suggestion of a shared activity to build trust, request to continue conversation on private platform like
Mm-hmm.
email or WhatsApp. And then potential romantic interest expressed too soon, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
too quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then educational analysis here is this scam message is designed to appeal to Cheryl by using specific details about her life and interests to create a false sense of connection. Scammers often research their targets to craft these personalized approaches. The message contains several red flags. It's from a stranger, uses specific personal details to create trust, includes excessive flattery, and quickly moves to suggest personal contact via email or WhatsApp, which can be less secure and harder to trace. Scammers often use these platforms to eventually request money or personal information under pretenses of emergencies or further cementing a fabricated relationship. To
Mm-hmm.
protect against such scams, avoid sharing personal information with unknown contacts and be wary of new online acquaintances requesting to move conversations to private messaging platforms.
Mm.
Always verify identities and use trusted, secure communication methods. Do we have any questions about this before I move on?
Questions? Okay. I think um
Facebook Live, we have any questions?
Hmm. Any questions, Susan, Ruth, Pastor Yam? So far, no questions there.
Okay. That means I'm doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, that
Yeah. Anyway,
true.
let's move on here. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this. What should be shared online? Based on the scam that we just saw, I want everyone to know that you have control over your future of what you share. You're not going to have me sitting there in your ears saying, don't do this, don't do that. Right? I hope I could replicate myself. I can't. But you need to know that every choice you make, there's a consequence, either positive or negative, or sometimes neutral. So, for example, if you touch your hand on the stove, your hand gets burned, right? That's a
Mhm.
consequence of touching a hot stove. Same thing for what you share online. You have to be very careful. So, for example, there's not a right or wrong answer if your full name should be public or private. If you're under 18, I'll say everything should stay private. But for the sake of this exercise, I want us to I know it's kind of hard because we're on Zoom to have an open discussion, but I want to explain the pros and cons of each. So, for example, if we're a little older, if you have your name publicly, you might feel safe having it public, but remember, scammers can send you a sophisticated scam if they know your name, and you might not want people to know your name. You know, we're getting to a place where your privacy is your superpower. You might
Mhm.
not want to be you might not want to be public online. But if your name's private, there's less risk of scamming and hacking happening to you. Social insurance number, always keep it private. Hobbies. Remember, if your hobbies are public, someone can send you a sophisticated scam like we just did, and they can make it even better. If you saw the red flags in the scam that we made, I hope you did. Uh, if scammers take a little bit extra time, they can make it seem even more realistic. Home address. I would say keep it private all the time. You don't want creepy people showing up to your house at night. And it, there's a lot of crime happening in Toronto and in Ontario right now. There's
Yes.
car thefts happening. I want us to stay safe. So don't share stuff online. School name should be kept private. Account passwords private, obviously. Birth date. I know all my Facebook aunties and uncles, they like their birthday on Facebook because they like all the happy birthday posts on their Facebook wall. I get that. But to authorize yourself with banks on the phone, they ask your birthday sometimes. That's not information that should be shared publicly. Next job title, maybe that's safe. But remember, if they know your job and your title of your job, they can send you a scam and they could pretend to be from your workplace. So do keep in mind what you want to share online, what you don't want to share online. Okay, we're gonna go down to I want to talk about oh no, read before you allow. Okay? This is really important that when you get a new digital device, like an iPhone, tablet, or computer, especially on a phone, when you download an app from the App Store, it asks you permissions for what you want that app to do on your phone or how you want that app to have access to other apps and engage on your phone. And what I mean by that is before trusting app permission, check, does this permission make sense for the app? Can I use this app without granting this permission? What could happen if I say yes? And is this from the official app store? Remember, your phone, there's been apps that people have downloaded in the past that have listened to you, even when the app is closed. And there's been apps that have video recorded and taken pictures of people, even when the app is closed. But now to have an app on the App Store, you need to give it permission to do that. So, for example, when you download an app, it's going to ask you if you want access to the microphone. So you can say yes or no. But the risk, if granted, it can record conversations even when the app is closed. Safe allow when for voice calls, voice notes, or voice recording. Examples, maybe Zoom app should have access to your microphone, voice memos, but not games or flashlight apps. Camera. So risk if granted. It can take photos and videos without your knowledge. Safe to allow only for photo apps, video calls, or QR code scanning. Examples, maybe Instagram, FaceTime, banking apps to get in, with Face ID, but not weather or music apps. Contacts. Risk if granted. Can access and upload your entire contact list. Safe to allow for messaging apps that need to find friends. But examples, WhatsApp, Signal, but not games, fitness, or utility apps. Location. Tracks you where you go, when and how often. Safe to allow, maybe for maps, Uber, or other apps that need your location. And so maybe like Google Maps, Uber, weather apps, but not social media or games. So now we're going to do this here. So the weather network would like to access your microphone. Do we allow it or don't allow it?
Don't allow it.
Don't allow it. Perfect. Next, Monopoly Go. Fun little game. It would like
Nope.
access to your camera. Do we allow it or don't allow it?
Nope.
Don't allow. You'll see this right on your phone when you download an app. Facebook. Facebook would like to access your location. This is a trick one. Some people might want to say yes because they like Facebook showing where they are. But honestly, for the sake of
No.
cybersecurity, I'll say don't allow.
Mm-hmm.
You can still use Facebook without sharing your location.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're right at the end. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to share some resources here with us.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? What I'm going to share after this training has
Mm-hmm.
all this info on it anyways.
Okay.
So I'm going to share a PDF. Who do I email that PDF to?
You can email it to Noel.
Okay. Noel, can you text me your email? Oh, actually, it's the email that you've been emailing with me before, correct?
Um, with me.
Yes. Whoever I was emailing earlier, I'll send it to that email.
Okay.
I'll send it to that email. So that page that I'm going to send
Mm-hmm.
goes over kind of everything I went over today that they
Okay.
can print. And then at the back, there's resources with every phone number that they can access if they need, if there's an emergency for cyber or anything like that, including the CRA number.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. So that concludes our cyber safety 101 entry level course. And I want to
Mm.
say this. I could talk about this for 10 hours. There's so much to talk about, but
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to stick to the most important things to protect us starting today and
Yes.
going into the near future. If you
Mm-hmm.
ever want to have me back for version 2, we could always do a version 2, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
very grateful to be here and God bless everyone. But I'm also here for questions for the next 15 minutes. So any questions, I want to be here to help you out.
Okay. Okay, everyone, go ahead and ask Darian if you have any questions. You can unmute your mic. Ruby?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear.
Oh, okay. So not so much as a question, just to as an FYI. So I sold something on Facebook Marketplace, and instead of meeting me in person to give me cash, I requested e-transfer. So I
Yeah.
gave them my e-transfer, and funny enough, and it's a good thing that's um Scotiabank was so diligent and paid attention. I just they sent me like an e-transfer email or
Yeah.
link, and I didn't even read it, but it said instead of saying the you received payment,
Yeah.
the person was actually asking me for payment. So
Oh
I
my.
could, and I had accepted it without even thinking, because
Oh.
it was like it was to me, it was like it was common sense kind of thing, right? So,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
Scotiabank initially blocked that and sent me a text and said, are you permitting this person to take money from your account?" And I
that's
said
really
no,
bad.
right? So, and then all of a sudden now the person that I was trying to discuss, selling my product, all of a sudden the email is no longer working. So
Yeah.
it
It
just
was a scammer.
yeah.
So I really appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you. And this happens to more people than you think. I was flown out to Ottawa last year to speak with CBC on this matter for Facebook Marketplace. And what I will say here is this: make sure you set up your auto deposit on your e-transfer. Everybody hear me out. The
Mm-hmm.
safest thing you can do is
Mm-hmm.
log into your online banking and register for auto deposit. What
Mm-hmm.
that means is when someone sends you money, you don't have to put a password in, you don't have to click a link. The money
Mm-hmm.
goes directly into your account immediately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the safest way to do it. I understand some people don't like that because if they're buying something on Facebook, they want the person to send the money and then they give them the
Yeah.
password when they see it in
Mm-hmm.
person.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more complications that can come with that because they can send you a fake e-transfer link to your email that looks real, but all it is you sign in, you think you're signing into your bank, and then they get access to your whole bank account. So set up your auto deposit for your e-transfer. Do keep in mind when you're buying something off of Facebook Marketplace, and if it's over like $600, for someone to send you $600 over e-transfer, it could take up to 45 minutes to an hour to hit your account with auto deposit or even regular e-transfer. But that's how e-transfer is. It takes a little bit of time. But
Mm-hmm.
having your auto deposit on is the safest thing that you can do starting today.
I have a question, Darian.
Yeah.
I use Alexa.
Okay.
Is that safe to use?
Uh, okay. I'll explain this. In my line of work,
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of these big companies can be safe, but as
Mm-hmm.
long as you have a safe password and you're using it safely. So it's
Mm-hmm.
hard for me to say, yes, it's safe. I'll say this, Amazon is a huge company that
Mm-hmm.
I trust the same way that I trust Apple and Google because they
Mm-hmm.
have good security. As long
Okay.
as you have a good password, then you're good. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying these companies are your best friend because no organization, no company is your friend. They're in the place of making money first,
Yeah.
right? If you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So just be careful with your passwords. But I say Alexa's safe to use, and
Okay.
but don't use personal information because that data is being stored. So
Mm.
if you're telling Alexa all your deepest secrets of your life and your money and things like that, that information is saved on a data server that Amazon owns in another place in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and they might sell that data to third-party companies that
Mm-hmm.
can use that data to target you for ads and things like that.
Okay. Thank
That
you.
makes sense.
Yes, makes
Okay.
sense. Anyone else have a question? Guys? Mm.
No question. Just want to thank you, Darian, for helping us out here and giving us your time to help us out how to understand this. You gave us a lot of information, very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do this full time and I love what I do. And we are available for questions even after. So on our website, I'll post our website in the chat here. We
Okay.
have a phone number on the website that you can call, but we also have an email that you can email if you ever have any questions. We're here for you. I
Okay.
really love what I do, and my goal is to protect us because there's bad people out there and I want to do my best. So it might not
Mm-hmm.
be talking to me specifically. You'll talk to someone on my team, or
Mm-hmm.
it might be the email replied to someone on my team, but we're all willing to help.
Thank you.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Darian, one more question.
Yep.
About exposure to, say, the collection of friends that we have on social media. How can we distinguish if those are just fake accounts or real people?
It's very hard to distinguish because guess what? If you send them a message on Facebook, they're gonna say, "Yes, I'm real. Yeah, I'm your friend. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
Darian." Right? The best way to do it, contact your friend on another app
Yeah.
or WhatsApp or phone and say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, can you send me? I want to make sure I'm following your real account and not your fake account. Can you please help me with that? And make sure it's the right one. Because I'll tell you this, it's only a matter of time. And I don't want to declare it because I believe in declaration, but I know the projection that we're on for tech care. It's only a matter of time that someone maybe makes a fake profile of Darian Ducharme of me. So I don't want people following that, but just keep it in mind that you're following the right profile. So if you're following a public profile, all my public stuff is going to have a blue check mark on it because it's validated and verified. So that's if you're following a public figure like Wob Canoe or Doug Ford or like Mark Carney, they're gonna have a blue check mark on their profile, so you know it's like the actual real one. Or even sports stars have a blue check mark. But if it's your friends, just normal Joes, you're gonna want to call them to validate that it's the right account.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Actually, just to follow up on that, I have a friend that has gone to the Philippines for a while, and but she's not my Facebook. We're not connected through Facebook, but she had messaged me on the messenger,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and then she messaged me on the messenger, and I answered back because somehow I trusted that it was her, but then she said to me, "Okay, I just want to make sure that you are who you say you are." And then she said, tell me something that you know about me personally, like that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
did, right? And I did.
Yeah.
And so that confirmed that it was her. But then I went back and said, well, tell me something that you know about me personally. So, like, vice versa, right? So it turned out that it was really her.
See,
And,
that's a good
and
way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But keep in mind,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to keep this in mind as well,
Okay.
that if they ask, like if you give sensitive information of something that like no one else would know, they can
Mm-hmm.
use that. If they're actually a
Mm-hmm.
scammer, they can just take that and use that to
Mm-hmm.
target you in a different way, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
be
like
very vigilant.
like I think she asked me like, okay, where do I live? What is the name of the lake where the closest to our place?
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's way to be cyber smart.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say this again, I wish we lived in heaven where you can trust everyone. But we
Mm,
live in a fallen world where there's
yes.
sin and you can't control other people's sin. And
Mhm.
it's almost like I want us to not give up hope and not be bitter or sad, but we need to
Mhm.
be very vigilant online,
Amen.
right?
Yes, that's right.
That's all I'm trying to say with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Darren, this is Bobby here. I have some follow-up questions that Pastor mentioned to you about Facebook. So,
Yep.
but anyway, the first thing is again, as brother Abdul said, thank you very much. This one is very informative for everyone
Mm-hmm.
that we can protect ourselves, especially in social media or cyberspace. My question is, a lot of members in our church or my friend, mostly the Facebook users, they like to repost, an article
Mm-hmm.
from their Facebook page. So how we make sure that that article is true, or there's something that is very not good about that page, like it can contain virus or not, the article is not true. So how can you help us make sure that the one that we are posting is a good one or not a fake one?
That's such a good question.
Yeah.
There's so much fake news, and it could be in this sense where it happens on Facebook all the time, where let's say a famous star passes away or like a movie star passes away. There'll be tons of fake articles on Facebook that are called clickbait, wanting you to click it, saying like, "Oh, you won't believe what this person said before they died," or "You won't believe what this person gave money to before they died," or
Mm-hmm.
"This person accepted Jesus before they died," as a fake clickbait, hoping you click it. So at the very least, some of them don't give you viruses, but they want you to click it, and then it'll take you to that page, and then that company that has that website gets paid by the advertiser. So they're getting rich off of you clicking on that link. Okay. So how do you tell if the link is real or fake? What I always do this. I look at the headline, and if it's something that I'm interested in, I'll open up on a new web tab on Safari or Chrome, like on my web browser, and I'll type in the headline on Google. And if the headline pulls up on Google from a trustworthy news station, then I'm saying it's trustworthy. It's worth my time. If it's on like the Planet of the Apes Times.com, like a fake, news website that you don't trust, then don't click on it, right? If it's on CBC, Global News, there's even smaller independent news um, news stations that are worthy and like trustworthy. Only go to those ones, I would say.
Would you say, Darian, that the more you engage on Facebook, on social media, that like the more you click likes and click the links and reshare, the riskier it is?
Um, Not necessarily, but I'll say this, the algorithm is going to learn your activity on Facebook. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
interacting with fake news, like fake stuff, it's going to show you more and more of that. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right.
It's the same thing. Like, I'll tell you this, how the algorithm will work. Say, what if you see on a video on Facebook of like a motorboat in the summer at a cabin at a lake? You
Yes.
like that post. You might even send that post to someone. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to see another one come up, another
Yeah,
motorboat. You're going to
true.
see more content about boats. That's
Yeah.
how an algorithm works.
Because one time I clicked like a video on cats and kittens,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, all the kittens were showing up.
Aw. Yeah, that's how it works. Good and
Yes.
bad, right? It's
Yeah.
it's it's like you can use it for good, but do
Yeah.
keep in mind that if you're engaging with the bad, it's going to show you more of that.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we
Yeah.
have any other questions?
Yeah, just one quick question, Darren. What are your recommendation for like software to use for like antivirus you mentioned? Is there like something that you use that we want to like
I'll put one in the link here. Keep in mind, nothing's free. If you're
oh,
getting something for free, you're the product, or it's giving you adware and like
Mm.
annoying links on it. So a good antivirus software you're gonna have to pay for.
Mm.
okay.
It's gonna cost money. So I'd probably do Nord. Nord is pretty good. Nord.
Okay.
There's a lot. There's a lot of really good ones out there. There's tons. Norton.
Mm,
So I'm just gonna copy and paste this one, but do keep in mind that it does cost. Anything
mm,
free, I wouldn't recommend.
Okay. Yeah, we just want to understand whether, of course, the one that you use also help us because that's already been validated by you and that's useful.
Norton's
Thank.
good. Also, like you do the Norton. I like one that has the VPN as well. So VPN, so people can't track you. We talk about that in our second class, basically what a VPN is and how it like protects you. But it's not really needed in the first class. The most important thing is make sure you change your passwords because if you don't change your passwords, you could pay for the best antivirus software, you can pay for the best VPN, but it's a waste
mm,
of your money and time because you
mm,
can get hacked anytime.
Okay. Thank you.
mm.
Thank you, Darren.
No problem. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
So we should stop using password as the password.
Yeah. Yes. Or password 123. Not good.
Okay.
Or the birth date.
Yeah. What I also say to my First Nations people, we say Bannock 123 isn't a good password.
Bannock,
Oh.
the fried bread.
Yeah, fry bread. Yeah, yeah. We say it's not good password.
Dip it in sugar, it tastes good.
Or jam, it tastes really good.
Yes, I agree. Well, thank you
And
so much,
thank
Darren. We've
you.
learned so much, and we'll chat a little bit more as to how we can maximize the resources that
Yeah,
you're
amazing. Send me
sending.
an email after the call and I'll get to you the resources and then you can share them with everyone.
All right, right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, God
Well,
bless. Have a good night.
all
Okay,
right. Good
see ya.
night.
God
Bye.
bless. Bye bye,
Bye.
Darian.
Thank you.